Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another Q&A video. This is where I answer all your burning questions. So if you have any for the next video, leave them in the comment sections below. Let's go. So I put a post out on Instagram last week asking for you guys to send over your questions, and you sure did. I can't get through them all today, so I'm going to put some of them in the next video. Let's get straight to the first question. What are the drumsticks with the grip on called? The ones that you use. So the sticks that I use are the ProMark PW747Ns. These are nylon tip oak sticks, and I feel like they've just got a really nice sort of accent on the ride and things like that. But in terms of the actual grip tape, it's called stick wrap, and it's just something that you just put on the end of the stick, and it really helps your hand grip onto them while you're playing, because I get quite sweaty and they sort of fly out my hands and hit the bassist on the head, you know, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just having the stick wrap really helps grip when you're playing. How do you choose the songs that you cover? So the songs that I cover are going to be one of two things. It's either requests by you, the fans, or if I'm just into a song at that point, or I remember a song from years ago that I was really into and I remember being fun, I'm just going to throw it out there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on my playlist at the moment that I really want to get through, and it's got quite a lot of covers coming your way very soon, but in terms of just choosing which ones I'm going to do and also in what order, it just depends on my mood at the time. I mean, if I'm in a pretty sort of fun mood, it's just kind of something a bit light and fluffy, then I'm going to throw out a more poppy tune, like something that's coming next week. You're going to have to watch out for that one. And if I'm in a sort of a bit more of aggressive kind of heavy metal type stuff, then I'm going to try and throw on something like that. So yeah, it all entirely depends on what I'm feeling, either the day that I shoot or sort of around that kind of time, because sometimes I'll batch my videos, sometimes I'll just kind of set this entire stuff up just to do one video. Again, it really just depends. If you guys have got any requests for covers you want to see, leave them in the comment sections below. Have you covered Linkin Park? Yes, as a matter of fact I have. It was one a little while ago called Breaking the Habit. It's probably arguably one of their best songs. Some people might give me an argument on that one, but for me, it's just got everything. It's got a huge amount of feel, it's got great groove to it, it's a solid drum beat throughout, but it's got something a little bit different to it. So it was great fun filming that one. Actually, I think that was one of the first videos I recorded in 60 frames. So yeah, go check that out. I'll leave a link below, and I'll also put it up on the YouTube card. That side, I think it is, isn't it? Are there any particular Linkin Park songs that you'd like to see me cover? Again, please leave it in the comments. What first got you into playing drums, and what other genres do you explore and play other than rock and metal? A very good question. The first thing that kind of got me into drums was actually my brother, oddly enough. I'd kind of had an interest in drums since I was like a toddler, you know, hitting drums and things like that. I kind of, according to my parents anyway, I had kind of natural rhythm. But then my brother actually bought a drum kit when I was still quite young, and we had it in the bedroom. It was all set up and ready to go, sort of thing. I had a bit of a tinker on it every now and again, much to his disapproval. But then I just really liked it. I was playing guitar at that point. I actually had quite a lot of guitar lessons, and something wasn't clicking quite as well with that. So then when I got into the drum kit, something completely different. I was just like, wow, this is amazing. I just felt naturally comfortable with it straight off. That same kit I actually ended up selling and then buying back, and I still have it in the studio now. Maybe I'll set it up for a video. Is that something you want to see? Let us know. In terms of other genres, I do tend to stick to rock and metal just because that's what I like. I kind of go for the more prog side of things because you can fit a lot of different genres in prog, and it's a great way of kind of exploring different genres without kind of deep diving into different things. Like there's some prog songs that have got like a samba beat into it, so it's a great way of introducing someone to that kind of side of drumming. What kind of stuff are you into? What kind of stuff do you want to progress into? I would definitely say though that as my career's getting further and further along, I am looking at different genres and different ways of expressing myself on the drums. Rock and metal's great, and you know I'll always go back to that. But I think just every now and again, you know, when you're coming up with songs and jamming with other people, it's nice to just throw in something, you know, maybe a Latin or something like that, just to kind of change it up a little bit. And it's very fun to play stuff like that. I think one of the best drummers that I saw doing a kind of samba Latin kind of groove was Gabor Dornier at the Manchester Drum Show, like 15, I think maybe. And his independence was incredible, and I was watching him and I'm just thinking, wow, this has got so much groove, and it's so tasty to listen to. You just kind of sat back going, wow, I wish I could do this type of stuff. So yeah, as I'm getting a bit older, I'm progressing onto stuff like that. So it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to moving on to a bit more of that. As a musician, what do you feel your strengths and weaknesses are, and how do you go about addressing them? That is a good question. I honestly can't really say what my strengths and weaknesses are. I've never really thought about it, I suppose. I think my biggest weakness on in terms of playing is my kick drum work. It's not something certainly in my early days, that I was really working on, and I'm suffering for it now. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm really trying to push forward with, a lot of different kick drum techniques and things like that. You know, I do the heel toe technique, and that's really progressed my drumming, but almost to a point. There's only so much that I can do with it as of yet. So I'm really trying to push that and do different grooves with it, because again, with using the heel toe, you're kind of using that one sort of that one motion, and you're getting 2 strokes out of it. So what I'm trying to do with that is work it so that, say, just do a double on one foot and a single on the other, and kind of get a bit of a nice triplet-y gallop sort of feel in certain bits. So like I said, that's something I'm working on at the moment still. Strengths, I really don't know. I'm quite good at improvising, I think, but I suppose again, that's always going to need improving on. Not just the improvisation, but then when I've improvised something for a song or something, then building on it and being able to put that across to the other musicians that I'm working with, or if I'm just doing it for my channel. It's kind of looking at it, what it is that I'm doing, and then any way that I can improve on that in the future. So there's constant improvement being made. Something else that I'm actually working on as well is my songwriting, because the type of bands that I'm in at the moment, they're kind of demanding a much higher quality level of music, I feel. Certainly something more so than what I've done before. So I'm really trying to push myself as a songwriter, as a musician, kind of writing bits of, obviously drum parts, but then I want to start writing some guitar parts as well and put it across to the guys, and then they can develop it from there. Same with lyrics. I've got quite a lot of ideas for lyrics that I want to push forward, and yeah, I'd be really excited for you guys to hear it once it's done. You know, I'm actually doing a solo project as well at the moment. This has taken quite a while to kind of get the ball rolling with that. Again, my songwriting skills aren't really that good, so I'm really trying to sort of push that and just kind of see what I can do. Even if this solo project ends up being just something for me, you know, I kind of finish the whole thing and then it doesn't get released, I'd very much like to have it for myself in that respect, but I'd also like to get other people's opinion. Put it out there to see what people think, and if the response is good, great. If not, then, you know, it's another learning curve. Can't take things like that to heart. What are drums? A drum is a percussion instrument sounded by being struck with sticks or the hands, typically cylindrical, barrel-shaped or bowl-shaped, with a taut membrane over one or both ends. A drum to me is a way of expressing myself. I know this kind of sounds really cheesy and kind of a bit corny and, you know, a little bit cliche, but that's exactly what it is. You know, it's a way of expressing yourself. It's kind of a way of putting your musical influences and your ideas and voicing them in a way that you wouldn't normally be able to. It's a great stress reliever. It's just fun in general. Just beating the absolute crap out of a drum kit. It's another great way of doing it. And the thing is as well, being a drummer is a big responsibility in a band, because you're the count, you're the click, if you will. It's a sense of purpose within that band. And I just think drumming in general, it should be fun, it should be entertaining, but you should also kind of take it seriously if you want to do it as a career. A lot of people I know that just kind of, they dabble in it every now and again, and that's great for them. They've got it as a bit of a hobby. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. However, I know a lot of drummers that are wanting to make that their career, and that's what they do. You know, they work hard at the drums, they become the best drummer and musician that they possibly can, and then they go and make it their livelihood, their life, and earning a living from it, which is just brilliant. I think that's a great way of doing it. You know, some people spend their entire lives sat doing a job that they don't like and that they hate and that they resent, and then they get to the end of their life and they're kind of thinking, I wish I'd done more of it with my life. Whereas people that are doing it, stuff like this for the living, they are doing it. They are living the dream, and you just can't get better than that. That's it for today's video. Thank you very much for sending all your questions in. Again, I missed a couple, so I do apologise for that, but I will try and put them into the next video. Again, if you guys have got any questions that you want to ask me, drum related, music, whatever, you know, camera stuff, leave a comment below and I will get to it as soon as I can. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.